Now all you people, I want you to set those headphones down. Get up. I said get up off your chairs and sing it with me one time. One time. It don't cost nothing, but you feel real good. But here we go. It's the Humpday Happy Hour Hangout. Yes, it's the Humpday Happy Hour Hangout. Oh yes, let's all get used at the director's garage.
Yeah, why not? It's a Wednesday. Let's tie one on, guys. Ooh, hey. Welcome back, everybody, to the Director's Garage Live Atrium Open. I'm your host and resident idiot, Michael, and we got some stuff to do today. I got some fun stuff planned. I have a whole bunch of viewer systems. Sorry, just getting my windows all organized here. I have a whole bunch of viewer systems that we can go through and check out. And we also have, I have something to open. We're going to open something live on the air. Little something that came in the mail this week. Kind of fun. Nothing major. Status of the show. Next episode is shot. That's a good thing. That bodes well for a release next week. It's going to be the most expensive thing I've ever opened on this show. It's amazing. Frickin' amazing, man. Frickin' amazing. How you all doing? Hey, cheers, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday. How we doing? We need more light? We always need more light. It just seems like we always need more light. No matter what it is, we need more light. How you guys doing? Yeah, so I've got some really good stuff planned for today. We've got some great viewer systems to take a look at. 4 different people sent in photos this week. So good. And if you want to send your photos in, I probably won't get to them today because we are just jam-packed, but you can send them to directorsgarage@gmail.com. Down there. And we'll get your photos on the air, and we'll take a look at your system. It's just a fun thing. Nobody's going to get roasted over having the wrong cable. I swear. So everything's going pretty well. We've got some killer gear in. Still working on the job search. Things took a pause because a lot of people went out on vacation. Like all the people I'm trying to contact and hook up for a new job, they are on vacation. So next week is really when people start floating back into town, and I can start hitting people up, and we'll see where that goes. But it's looking promising so far. Got a lot of leads, a lot of things happening. On that front, I was in Vegas on Monday. I interviewed Mariah Carey at the Wynn Hotel. Very cool, very cool. Don't get to do that very often. She doesn't come up a lot for interviews, so it's kind of fun to get out there and see Mariah and do an interview with her. That was cool, and came back, and I've just been working away all week and pursuing contacts and getting some content up for you guys. I've been editing. Today, I had a few minutes to edit. I started throwing together the A-roll of the next episode. That's good. We're ahead of the game on that. Looking great. But, yeah, so I wanted to first start. I think we're going to start with the unboxing. And I got to get this all set up. Sorry. So the microphone boom holds the camera. That's how it works around here, because it gives me a nice top-down platform, as you'll see momentarily as I cut to the Sony camera. There it is. So here's what came in the mail. And this was not something that I had planned on. I bought this like 6 months ago when it first came up for offer. And I forgot about it. I flat out forgot about it. And had I known in my situation at work, changed so drastically, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But because I did, it just came, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to make it a thing for our live stream. So we're going to open this guy up, and we're going to check it out. And I think we got some people in, so let's just go ahead. What do you say? Are you ready? You know. Okay, so yeah, this should be pretty cool. And we'll just check it out. We'll see what it is. And see what it comes with. Okay, so this is something this popped up. This was actually a Facebook ad. I am so bad at this, and I've had to completely like chain my wallet, you know, shut and put a padlock on it because I have this bad propensity to buy things when I see them on Facebook. I'm like, oh yeah, I want that. Click, and then I'm like, what did I just buy? I've bought some really bad stuff, but this one might be good. So let's see how it goes. Okay, here we go. And okay, so it's a brown box. Bought a brown box. That's what I did, folks. Okay, so let's open this and see where it goes from here. Okay. And oh, here we go. Now you'll see. I bought the Talking Heads Stop Making Sense. This is a remastered soundtrack from the film. And I bought this because I was reading about it, and I think they went more with the movie mix. I talked about this on the show a while ago. I think they went with the movie mix, not with the studio mix. Now, there's a huge difference in, if you ever watch the movie Stop Making Sense, that's perhaps the greatest concert film of all time. I think it is. I think it is the greatest concert film of all time, but I know there are people, you know, this is better, Zeppelin's better, all this other stuff. But for me, this was the greatest. One of the just conceptually from beginning to end, it was artistic and strange and fun, and it had such great music. But my complaint was always that the studio LP that was released was overdubbed. They took the tape from the concert that they recorded, and then they brought it in the studio and they did all kinds of overdubs on it, and they sanitized it. And I thought it just lost a lot of the, not all the energy, but it lost a lot of the energy from the film. So much so that in my car, I have like a drive that can hold music on it. Well, I've ripped and on all my iPods, my Astell&Kern stuff, this one and the Blue Note. This came with me to Vegas, by the way. I took this and my K10Ls, the Nobles, went with me to Vegas on the plane. But yeah, I've ripped the movie. I actually took the film and I digitally stripped the music off of it, and then ran it through an app and just, you know, maximized the levels and made sure everything was great. And then I made files. I made lossless FLAC files out of that, and that's what I listened to from that movie. Is I actually listened to the original playback from the film, because I think it's so much better and so much livelier than that album release, which also cut out a bunch of songs. So this here is supposed to have more to the original mixes, and it's more music from this thing. As you can see, it's got a lot more songs on it than the original. And the original album that I have is buried somewhere in storage. JTB knows about my storage situation. So I'm going to open this in a second, but I also, along with this package, came another t-shirt. I already own one of these, but it was a package deal. So I bought another Talking Heads t-shirt because, you know, stupid. And that's so let's open this up. Let's see if there's stuff in it. I don't know what's in the album, what it comes with, but I always, let's see, can I do it with an, where'd my knife go? There it is. All right, let's see, get a little, oh yeah, don't cut the album, right? So I just get it started and then I'll run my finger down it. Here we go. All right, and let's see what's in it. It may just be records, but I was hoping that there might be like a little liner or something, some kind of note about it. That's always fun to see. Oh yeah, there's a book. Look at this. There's a little booklet. Oh, this is so cool. This is awesome. So okay, so you've got liners from. Oh, these are written pieces by each band member. That's Tina. Here's David's, and then I'm sure you're gonna have here's Chris, Tina's husband. Well, he got 2 pages, and then Jerry. Very cool. There are 4 different perspectives of making this project. So cool. That's going to be something to really have fun with and look at. Why a book? I love this. Why stop making sense? Why a movie? Why tour? Why do the musicians come out gradually? What will the band do next? This is awesome. So that's all that's going to be answered in the booklet. So cool. So cool. How nice is that? And then it mirrors, here's the cover. And then now the original album cover looked, I think, like, maybe it looked like this? I gotta remember. It's been a long time. Goodness. So how fun is this? Newly remastered, 2 LP package, features a complete show, so it's the whole movie on vinyl, and a booklet with liner notes. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. So fun. So fun, man. Fill up your chat with questions for today. Anything you want to know about. I still have. I could turn this off. So that's my reveal for today. We got a nice album here from the Talking Heads, which is, as you guys know, this is maybe my favorite band of all time. These guys and the Clash are my 2 like. I can listen to their music anytime, any place, and I still, I'm a huge Beatles fan, huge Zeppelin fan, and Rolling Stones and all that. But these guys were this was my youth. This was when I was this was what we were getting into, and then REM after, because REM came around like 83, 84. These guys were already established. They were part of that CBGB scene in New York. Oh, so good. God, I love that stuff. All right, good. I'm geeking out on my own stuff here. This is really cool. Okay, cheers, everyone. Hope you're enjoying Wednesday. I have a lot of viewer systems to get to today. We're going to get into that very shortly. I'm just going to catch up a little bit on the chat, and then we'll get into these systems, because there's a lot to show off. I have a lot of photos today. Anything else we're missing? I think that's it. That should do it. Okay. Let's get into the chat real quick. Neil Snyder, hi! We got Neil Snyder system. Heyo says Big Sammy Abs. I don't have a 6-pack, I have a keg. Afternoon says Ken Workshop from Ken. That's very cool. How you doing, Ken? Hipster Cow, howdy gents. How y'all doing? Good day to you, sir. It's like Christmas. It is, isn't it? This is the last thing I'll probably ever get to buy. Son of a... having fun, guys. Tommy V, hello. Ken Workshop Minor Edition. He found a used deal on null audio IEM cable with ESS 9280 DAC hidden in the USB connector. Not as good as a real dongle like the RU7, but uses a lot less power, great for airline travel. That's really interesting. That's pretty cool. So it's got a USB. I assume that's a USB 2 or USB 3. And just plop it into your port on here and switch it to external DAC. I like the DACs in these. The DACs in these AKs sound a lot like Chord DACs to me. Like they have that really detailed sound to them. Maybe a little bit bright, but I do like the DACs in it. But I've also been playing around with. I have, as you know, that external Quest style DAC, and I've been using that a lot too. But on this trip, I just went straight from the AK 240 into the K10Ls from Noble. That custom thing, man, it's awesome. Greetings from Kajatan, Envy Brothers. Very cool, man, so good. John Sweeten says the new Stop Making Sense HD Blu-ray was Greer. It's awesome, man. I haven't seen the Blu-ray, and I don't even know if I have a Blu-ray player set up anymore in my entire house, because everything's streaming. You can stream that. I think Amazon has it, or Netflix. One of the two has that Stop Making Sense concert on it now. You can just play it so much easier. What turntable are you going to be spinning that on? Well, I have a VPI Scout, which I've shown off in the early days of the show. It's not set up right now. It's out and it's ready to use, but it needs to be, I need to rebalance the tone arm. I need to check the speed on it. I need to clean it. It's got a lot of dust on it from sitting in this office I just haven't used it. But it's also, everything's there. The preamp, I use the Macintosh for the pre, all that stuff is ready to go. And maybe this is a good excuse to maybe dust that off, but I don't have a heck of a lot of time. So I'm just excited to have, I just love any new vinyl. It's a good thing, man. It's been a long time since I bought any vinyl. Michael, now that money is an issue, do you regret buying so much stuff like the cassette deck, etc.? Asking because he has a buying issue too. He might be employed soon. I don't have any regrets. And this stuff all holds, reasonable value. I'm not going to be selling, some of the core stuff. I love reel-to-reel. I've got all the reel-to-reel stuff. I don't think, and I'm reasonably confident that we have a plan in place. We have a regular plan, and then we have a backup plan. And the regular plan looks pretty promising, and that's me finding other work. And I have some confidence that I'm going to be employable. It's just my question is. I know I have a lot of contacts, and a lot of people know me, and they know my reputation. The only question that's out there is the work itself available? And that's a question I don't have an answer to yet. That's what I'm going to be finding out in the next couple of weeks, because I think that as far as my ability to get a job, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the jobs themselves being out there. So we'll have that answer coming, the next month or so. We'll have a definite idea of what's happening, and if it's positive and everything keeps going the way I want it to go, it's going to be Plan A, and we'll just resume our lives once I figure out, how much I'm working, what I'm making. I could wind up making more than I was making before. It's entirely possible. It's not that hard to do in television because the jobs are expensive jobs, but it just comes down to, is the work there and what does it look like? So that's the only thing. And the industry at the moment is still shrinking. Everybody's doing cuts because it's summer. And they're all doing cuts for the new season, trying to get as lean as they can. And then once they get into the season, they realize, oh, we're short a lot of people, and they start hiring everybody again. So it's a transitional thing, and I just got to find out where it's going to land. It's been 23. I'm so blessed. I went 23 years with 5-day-a-week guaranteed work. Nobody does that in Hollywood. It's a very rare thing. All my friends, my closest friends in the world, they've all had, they all go through a job every year or two. At most. Some of them just go like a couple of months and they're on to the next thing. It's just how it works. But they know so many people that they get hired to the next thing. So I just have to kind of jump on that train. So really good. But I don't regret any of it because, and then I was able to, I sold off the Zale, no problem, and I got a great price on that. It was a fair price. I took a small hit on it, but I didn't get killed. There are some things around here that I won't sell because I'm going to take a pounding on it. But there are other things that I think still hold value that I could sell if I had to. And that's not, anything. Like I bought both the what am I thinking of? The DCS stuff. I could sell that if I had to, and that's I paid. I bought it used, so I wouldn't take much of a hit at all on this stuff. So I have fairly I'm fairly confident. Like there's stuff here. If I needed to, I could. I could also sell a couple of watches, and I'd probably be okay. Pay the mortgage for a couple of months. Guys, I have a problem. Too much. Okay, so let's go back. Good rec or workshop. I got the RU7 for travel. Oh, for workshop. Oh, Ken Workshop, I think he's saying. He got the RU7 for travel and sometimes wish the dongle were less cumbersome. Yeah. Because it is a lot to, when you start combining things and you've got a phone and then you put the thing on it, and I can totally get that. Let's see, I just got an email from somebody. Hang on a second. Let me just double check this real quick. This is Samir. Okay, that's great. Samir, if you're watching, thank you, buddy. Thanks for the email. Appreciate it. Okay, let's get back to the chat for a second, and then we'll go to some of these viewer systems. Ken Workshop, sorry for autocorrect. Sorry, yeah, that's what I figured. Neil Snyder, he's in the hospital. Oh no. Neil, I think Neil's pulling my leg again. Neil's in the hospital. He tried to carry the Ray Samuels suitcase up 2 flights of stairs. 83-year-old with a hernia. Yeah, guys, you saw that case when I unboxed that thing. It's a massive case. It's really good. But we're going to take a look at Neil's system here in just a second. We're going to take a look at his setup. Really cool. Dixter, let her rip, Tater Chip. Cheers, my brother. Cheers. Hope you recover, Neil. Ask audiophile for help carrying Ray Samuels gear because it sounds like there's a good chance they'll run off with it. Yeah, I'll come over, Neil. I'll move that thing around for you all you want. Buddy? Just move it, yeah, just a little bit to the left and a little more to the left. Hey, look at that. There's a bird. Out the door. It's so good, man. It's so good, Neil. I know you're living your best life, man. That is a great product. That's awesome. Very good. Nephilim, thanks for the photos last week, Nephilim. That was awesome. Greetings, Wednesday worshippers. Happy drop-in. What is on everyone's playlist? Anything grabbing you? Yeah, this. Nephilim, you weren't at the top of the show. You missed the unboxing. It's all right. You can go back and look. So good. All right, let's take a look at some systems real quick because we've got a lot to get through. Scary. 4 people sent me stuff, so I'm gonna start going through these. I've got to find them. Okay, let's find them. Let's take a look at Neil's first, since he has a hernia and he's. Poor guy's in the hospital. Let's just give him some. Let him look at his own gear from afar. Okay, let's see. Here's this. Okay, so I want to get to. Let me see which way we can go with this. Let's set it up. Okay, so here is. All right. Going to this. All right, so let's start with Neil's system. This is the stack. Okay. And he gave me notes. So we see there is clearly this is a cord, the big cord, the big bad boy cord. What's this called? I'm drawing a blank. The cord Dave. This is the cord Dave, and then that's an M scaler on top. That's the Zale power supply. He's got a Zale HM1 on the bottom. Oh, it's going to keep going, guys. You got to see this setup. If poor Neil ever needs help, and the Jiminy Cricket on top, just like that's the best part. That to me is the best part of this. But very, very nice. Very, very cool stack here. I love the stand too. That's a great stand. Really cool. Let's see if we can zoom in, and I'll see if we can show off a little bit of this. So he's got a gold point. That's a switcher right there. And then the power supply on the side, the Big Bad Boss power supply. There's a Zale, there's the Dave, and then there's an M scaler on top. I know that because I used to have one of them. Very cool. Okay, so let's go back out so I can switch. There's his rat's nest. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, so here it is. Here is the big bad Ray Samuels that I forgot to take photographs of. This is the B-21 Raider, and it looks like it's even working. And he's got this paired with an X9000, I happen to know. Very cool, though. Very cool. I mean, this is the boss. This is the big bad boss. This is the one I want. Can't get enough of it. Can't get enough of it. So cool. I'm so envious. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Here is that X9000 with a Macintosh behind it. And we can go in on this. So there's the X9000. Very cool. Very cool. He's got, I think that's a room stand, if I'm not mistaken. And get to the next one. Here's his IEM setup, his IEM rig, with the Sentrance. That's a Sentrance DAC. And Fur Audio RN6, very cool. I haven't heard these, but I've heard so much about them. The guy from Fur came from 64 Audio. Turn some music down, or turn some volume down in here. Really good IEM maker, and he went off and started his own business after leaving 64 Audio. Got some cables in the background too. Those are cool. Those are looking cool. Here's that Centric stack. I see a poking Sesfara. Yeah. Ampersands from Centric. We had I used to use these DAC. They make a bunch of different DACs for pro audio, so I'm familiar with Sentrance, the brand. They're very convenient. They have a lot of good stuff. And then, I'm not sure, is that an Audeze cable back there? It might be. Looking at the A on it, I'm not sure what that's from. All right, let's go to the next photo. There it is. Oh, he's got himself an Abyss Diana. Very cool. That's the new Diana, I think. Pretty sure that's a new Diana. Yeah, very cool. Oh, we like that. I like that. I like the imprint, the purple plate on that. Very cool. Very cool. Farouche Tech for the cable end there. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Looking good, Neil. Next one. This is his EMF. I think that's an Atrium. Let's see. Can't tell from the side. Let's see if you put it in his notes. That's Court Dave. That is. I don't see this EMF. He doesn't have it listed. That is a ZMF though. I know those posts anywhere. And I know the ports. Very cool though. But he didn't put the note. Oh, Caldera. It's the Caldera Open. Okay. I found the note. It was my bad. I like that. He's got the custom head pad on that thing. You know, Zach will do that. He does custom color-coded inside headbands. Very cool. Really like that. That's a sharp-looking headphone. I hope there's something from the side. There's the Sesfara on another room stand. Very cool. We love this OG Sesfara. Very nice. Now this is the Diablo. This is the Diablo 2 from iFi. Tremendously powerful. It's gotten some criticism from guys like I think Cameron didn't like this much, but I like the original Diablo. I just thought that for the cost of the product, I favored the one below it, which was I think they have so many bad names on that. It was the IDSD Signature Portable or something. I don't know. But this, I love the design of this. I hope that it has tons of power, and I know Neil needs a lot of power here. Is that our last one? That might be our last one. That's the last one I got, boys. Okay, so that's Neil Snyder's system, everybody. Thank you, Neil. Thanks for sharing this. This is all really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. And then you know our envy on this thing. You know our envy right here. We'll get to the chat in a second, but man, that is I miss it already. I miss it already, man. That was the greatest month having that thing around here. Oh, B21 Raider, boys. There are few amps that can go toe to toe with that thing. That is amazing stuff. That is amazing stuff. So nice, so nice. Okay, let's do another one in a second here. I gotta rearrange some things. That's Neil. Let's do. Let's do Isoparametrics. He sent us a couple photos. That's really cool. Isoparametrics stop by every now and then, and I've always wanted to check out his stuff. So he sent us some photos. And let's see, can we go to that? Yeah. Okay. So let me make that full screen. Okay. So this is a Diana also. The plushie. This is called Invader Zim, apparently. He actually gave me the name of the plushie. That's so fun. That's so fun. Okay. The headphone is the Diana TC. So this is the big bad boy Diana. Very cool. And then here's his setup. And I love this setup because it's so clean and neat. He's rocking, this is the Cord Hugo TT. This is the original TT. No, this is the 2, I think. Wait a second. I'm trying to remember because where's my other one? Yeah, this is the TT2 right here because it's got the ball up front. The original had the ball in the back, in the middle. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. So yeah, this is the TT2, which is terrific. He's got a pair of Noble Mystiques there for the portable thing. He's got an Audeze LCD-XC that's a closed back, very nice with Bubinga ear cups, and that's the Diana TC that we saw on Invader Zim there just a second ago. And then a ball, not sure who that is, and a card reader and a MacBook. Very cool. Very cool. So that's that photo. Hang on, he might have a couple more. Hang on a second. Got this one. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So here's the Audeze XC and a beautifully shot photo. I love when they do this. And this is the Woo Audio WA5 LE version 2. And these, I don't know what these are. It's got Raytheon, these are Raytheon drivers, and I don't recognize the 300B. I don't think, that does not look to me to be Takatsuki, and I don't think that's Western Electric either. So I'm not sure what he's got here. This might be EMLs. I wonder if these are EMLs. Very cool though. Let's see if he listed tubes. Hang on a second. Tube Tuesday. What is it? Nope, I don't have any information on the tubes here. But really cool. I mean, what a beautiful shot too. Very nice. And let's see, there's one more. Oh, and here he's got the TT2 with the M scaler combo. We just didn't see the M scaler in the wide shot. Okay, let's take a look back. Yeah, he pulled it out. So he's got the TT2 M scaler combo. But I think he said he may have sold that M scaler. It's so cool though. What a nice setup. What a great setup this is. Fun stuff, guys. Man, really nice, really nice. Isoparametrics, thank you so much for sending in those photos. These are just gorgeous. Really nice stuff. And we've got a few more. Well, let's go back to the chat for a little bit here. Let's take a break from this. Coming up, I have 2 more systems, though. I've got more photos from last week, and then we've got a huge bunch of photos from Tommy, from viewer Tommy. I'm just getting that set up so that we can go right to it. Really interesting system from Tommy coming. Very different. Oh, boys, I just dumped a full iced tea over my lap. This is great. Now, this is why we can't have nice things. The number of times this has happened to me in this office, I can't even count. But there's nothing sticky, so I'm not worried about it. But it did wind up in my lap and not on the gear. And it didn't land up on my keyboard, which is interesting because I fry these keyboards out once a week. Oh, that was funny. Oh, don't drink in YouTube, folks. Wow, cut them off. Well, that was fun. All right, let's jump back into the chat. Oh my God, that was funny. Viewer system time. Definitely in the mood for this. Okay, yeah, there we go. Let me jump back and make sure I didn't miss anybody. Ken Workshop says, Christian, yeah, a bit cumbersome. It drains his phone fast, but it sounds amazing. He's talking about this cable he found that has a DAC built into it, which is kind of what the Noble thing is doing for their XMEMS. Goodness me, my lap is so wet, boys. This is good times. Woo! Can't get off. Can't cut out the live stuff. That was great. Yeah, Ken. He's talking about the ESS 9280, an IEM cable with that DAC built into it. Hipster Cow says his Ray Samuels XR10B just came in. It sounds fantastic. He would recommend that anyone looking for a fantastic phono preamp. Yeah, I've eyed that. I've actually thought about that because that would. I don't know if I need all of this. The only thing is that the Macintosh that I'm currently using, it's a tube pre, will also be the preamp for the reel-to-reel deck. So if I could double the Ray Samuels thing as a preamp for my deck, maybe that would be a good idea. And because this is a $5,000 boat that's sitting there just doing a preamp. That's all it does. It's just a preamp, and occasionally I'll use the headphone amp to give it the headphone circuit on it just to give me a little different flavor, but I don't use it that much. Sweet setup. Yeah, Neil, that system is fine dining. I know. Neil's buying steaks for us all. That's the rule. Is that the Burson mothership stands? I don't know. We gotta wait for Neil. Neil, when you're out of the hospital, tell us what that is. Good question. Looks different, though. Nephilim, Kimbra just dropped a few collab tracks. Kimbra just dropped a few collab tracks lately, the beginnings of an LP. Hiatus Coyote has new album that also sees them as good as they used to be compared to the last. Okay. Christian, thank you for the recommendations. We'll put that in our little short list. Neil hadn't cut any corners. Excellent setups, both desktop and portable. Love it, man. So cool. I know. Neil he's fine dining, man. He's at the top. He's in the penthouse. Dixter, there's some nice equipment sitting there. Yeah. Very cool. Golden Sound was more critical of iFi vastly overstating the power output. Oh yeah, that's right. As long as the thing is that if it sounds good, look, everybody fudges numbers, don't they? I mean, I don't take a manufacturer's word for it, and I'm not gonna, like, to me, it's like, does it sound good? Can it drive the gear that I want? I don't require. I expect a manufacturer to give us like the rosiest scenario numbers. Now his complaint, I think, was that they were just outright fibbing, like it was completely fabricated. And, you know, maybe they should be, you know, held accountable for that or whatever, but I don't think most manufacturers will give you kind of an optimized rosy scenario on their power output. And it doesn't shock me if something comes in. Sorry, I'm still wiping up water here. It doesn't surprise me if you know the numbers are a little bit off. The main thing to me is, how does it sound? I mean, is it clean? Does it impress me? Does it drive really interesting things? You know, does it drive my harder to drive things? All that kind of stuff. Those are the questions I want answered. You know. And Neil says the Diablo 2 is solely for listening to stuff on his Mac. Let me skip something. Wait a second. Oh, we're all getting into my little air boo-boo on the air here. Okay, let's get the reaction to that in a second. That's coming, boys. Exactly. That's crazy looking headphone case. Timber Nation stand. Wow, you know that LCD-XC. You guys know how much I love that headphone when you EQ it properly. Yeah, it does need EQ. But fortunately, Audeze is one of the companies that actually build EQ into the apps. I'm not sure why they don't just retune the headphone to a good tuning and not send out a default EQ, but they do. That's how they do it. It's all good. Yep, Burson Mothership stand. There you go. Michael soaked his pants. Hot and bothered. Yep, shrinkage. Wow. Yeah, guys, I really soaked it. I really took a bath here. That's amazing. It's amazing. Well, now I can go out and work out and not feel bad, and I'll be like, hey, I'm already sweating. What's the difference? But that's awesome. That's awesome. Michael, sitting next to the ampersand amp is a fantastic DAP, the FiO M23. Very cool. Ruth's Chris dinner at him at Can Jam Irvine. That's awesome. We're going to have them lined up. Don't say that in this crowd, man. We'll all show up. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, let's do another system. This one comes from viewer Tommy. Viewer Tommy. Let's take a look at Tommy's system, okay? So we're starting out here with a really interesting Oris amp, and it's a hybrid amp. It's got a bunch of the smaller tubes in it, so it's going to be a hybrid. And let me see what this is. The Oris Audio HA2. Oris Audio HA2, and then he's got some kind of Astell&Kern here with a nice alligator skin case. Here it is. Is that the 380? It kind of looks like it could be one of the, what's the Astell&Kern? It's the SP1000T. This is the tube version of the Astell&Kern, and paired with this is the Thieaudio Monarch 3 IEM. That's what he's got going on there. Let's see. So maybe I can, whoops, don't do that. Let's see if we can zoom in. Let's get a little zoomy action. A little out of focus, but yeah, those are the Monarch 3s, and a nice UB40. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. And then let's go to the next one. This is another look at it with a nice cable. Love the green. Nice green theme. I like the color coordination Tommy's got going on here. Very cool. Very cool. Really like that. I wonder if is that a stock cable or not? That'd be really interesting to know. Very nice. So chill. I love these things, man. Thank you guys for sending all this in. It's fun to look at what other people are jamming to. And oogle it a little bit. That's always nice. Okay, so we've got a bunch of headphones here. This looks like a ZMF, and it is the Atrium Closed in Purple Burst. We don't have a side shot of that one. And then that's the HE-400 right there. That's a nice entry-level. The kind of Massdrop kind of does a collab on that. You can pick these up for real cheap, like $100. And then you've got the Empyrean, Meze Empyrean, very nice, and the OG Focal Utopia. It's got a nice rounded set of headphones. These, what I like about his he's got almost a strategy for headphones here. This is what's really cool about Tommy's setup. If you think about it, each of these headphones has a very different sound to it. The Atrium is going to give him kind of that warmer, more bass enhanced sound. It's a really beautiful sound. And then he's got more of a traditional HiFiman, you know, this will be a little heavier on the boom boom, a little less on the detail. Then he's got a nice Empyrean, which is probably of this bunch. Well, I love the Atrium close, but that is a tough headphone to resist. And the price on the used market for these is dynamite right now. You can pick up a pair of these Empyreans, and they are by far the most comfortable headphone on the market. And then there's the Focal Utopia. Now that's going to be an upper mid forward headphone. So he's got some nice variation here. This is a nice all-rounder. It's not the end game in detail, but it's got one of the best tonalities of any headphone. I mean, it's phenomenal. I absolutely, there are some people that dunked on these Empyreans and said, oh, they just don't have it, they're not technically good enough. And I'm like, oh, they're just so great to listen to. I have the Elite over it, but for the price on these things, it's really hard to get past it, I think. And here's a top down of that amp, the Boris, and a close up of the Thieaudio. Very nice. Oh, there's the side shot. Look at this ZMF. This is just artwork right here, man. This is beautiful stuff. And he's got the stand too. This is the ZMF stand. So nice. What a nice color combo. Very cool looking. This is the only thing that drives me absolutely bananas, though, about ZMF. I just want Zach to, please, Zach, stitch this, tuck this, glue this, do something with this. Don't let it flop out like that. It drives me. You've got everything so great. And again, he's got the inner band that's color-coded to the cup. He's got a purple inner band on the headphone. Very nice. So slick. What a great looking setup. So awesome. There's the top down. You can see that purple. And then he's got one of Zach's ZMF, his premium cables. Very cool. This is great stuff, guys. This is great stuff. There's the front of the amp, the Boris. And look at the, I mean, I love the meters. It's a very simple design. The controls are up here on top. Probably selection, you know, select and volume up there. But it's got nice VU meters. That's a nice looking amp. I wonder what it sounds like. I've never heard one of these. So cool. Very nice looking. There's your windings right there for the amp. And there's the OG Utopia. Very cool. Oh, there's the whole setup. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. See if it holds. It's got some kind of audio, like, you know, visualizer or something. Very cool. See if anything else written down here that I'm missing. He's got an Oris power supply in here somewhere. What's the streamer? That's a Matrix Audio Mini i3 Pro streamer. Yeah, I'm on the air, babe. Okay. I'm gonna have to go fix the garage door, boys. Something happened. There's trouble upstairs. Oh, he's got a, there's an Astell&Kern back there too. Very nice. That's the SP1000. What a nice setup. Very organized. Very cool. I like this. I like this. Guys, I like what you're doing. This is, I think that might be, oh, there's the R. That's the power supply right there. So cool. Oh, there's a streamer. Nice display on that thing. Again, this is the Matrix Audio Mini i3 Pro streamer. Got some VH rocking. Very cool. Little breakdown here of some of these other headphones. HiFiman, and that's the end of it. Okay. So very cool. Very cool. Tommy, nice setup, man. Nice setup. Really liking that. Really liking that, man. Great setup. So we did a lot of viewer systems today. Very nice. We got one more to go. These are just some, actually the last one isn't a whole system. It's just some, if you remember, last week we looked at some tubes, and I got a few more additional tubes, that few, beauty photos, and I just thought these were cool. I wanted to call your attention to them. We'll run through these real fast, and then I'll get back to the chat. These are just some additional tubes off of the Envy, Felix Envy, that we were looking at last week. Look at this. These are Western Electrics, and then I'm not sure what these are PS Vane, I think, tubes. But look, these are the long exposure. You get the blue glow on the top. You can't see this with the naked eye. You can if you turn all the lights off in the room, you'll get a slight effect of the blue, but if you do a long exposure on this, you'll get the bright popping. But you got to do a long exposure on this to make it work. Very cool. And there it is on the PS Vanes. Very, man, it's just porn. It's audio porn. Oh, he showed us, and he sent us a photo of his IEMs, the Orlis. That's it. That's cool. That's cool, man. But look at the, I mean, that's a shot right there, man. That's a shot. Gorgeous stuff. Gorgeous stuff, man. Ah, so good. So good. Like I said, I want to do that with mine because I've got the 300Bs back there and the WA5LE. They just look amazing. I did a couple of shots like that a long, long time ago, but I don't remember what I did with them. It's probably in my photo library somewhere. Very good. Cheers, boys. Thanks to everybody for sending in your viewer systems. And if you want to send your viewer systems in, send it to directorsgarage@gmail.com. You can see we don't make fun of anything. We don't, there's no ridicule. There's none of that stuff. We just want to check out what's giving you pleasure, what's bringing you joy. Don't take that too far. That's a guy sitting here with wet shorts. So bad, so bad. I can't wait for you guys to see the next episode though, because it's a really big episode. Really big episode, boys, coming next. So fun, and it's just the generosity of others. So great. Dixter, the Centrix pairs well with the M23 when you need extra power, drives the tungsten pretty well. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. That's a lot of power for something like that, for something that small. Wow. It's because the tungsten's hungry. That's a hungry-ass headphone. Ken Workshop, on specs, yes, the amp spec number fudging has been around forever. The premise, that was the premise of the Macintosh clinics years ago, testing other amps to show how good the Mac was. Yeah, I don't remember that part of it, Ken, but, I just remember, they all sort of like bend a little bit on the numbers. If it sounds good, I usually just go, well, that doesn't bother me. It's got to sound good though. If it doesn't sound like a very good amplifier, then that's when I start going, well, you're not only fudging the numbers, but you're not giving us a very good product either. But I gotta say, the iFi stuff, the portable stuff from iFi, I've really gravitated to. Haven't been a huge fan of their desktop stuff. But the portable stuff has been pretty good. I really liked that iDSD Pro Signature. The small little, it's about the size of the Diablo, but it's in blue. And it has all kinds of IEM. You can match your sensitivity of your IEMs. It's very nice. It was very well done. I was very happy with that product when they sent it my way. Had some clunky connectors and stuff, but other than that, I thought it was really nice. I think the unit they sent me had a bad channel, but that's just getting a review unit. Ken says, looks like his earlier comment did not get posted for video streaming. Check out Kaleidoscope, full quality audio and video. Tommy V says custom cable for IEM. Okay, so Tommy, we looked at your stuff. That was really nice. I really like that cable. That was really cool, man. Thanks for sending that stuff in. That was really awesome. Nephilim says, awesome portable stuff, and he likes UB40. The Way You Do the Things You Do is an amazing track. That is his Happy I'm on Vacation theme song. It's awesome. Neil says, I didn't show all of his headphones. Neil, what did I miss? I think I got all your photos. I had them in a. Let me just double check real quick. Desktop. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything here. That's everything I had. We saw the X9000, the MR, or the. That's everything I have. Maybe I'll look in my emails later and see if there's something that got like snipped out or something. But what I do is I just open it up and I save all to a folder, and then I send that folder over to the laptop. That's kind of my process here. We'll check it out, Neil, and I can always I'll show more if I come across them. That was everything that was in the folder though, on that one email anyway. That's what made it my way. Sorry. Nephilim says, good Neil, because he ain't full yet. Yeah. I'm going to skip that next comment, Neil. That is too hot for TV. Michael, he feels bad. Take 5 minutes, go change your pants. You must be uncomfortable. It's not that bad, and it's dried. It's like now it's just a little moist, boys. It's so good. So good. It's been an interesting Director's Garage live stream. I've never done one with wet trousers before, so that's who says trousers anymore? Man, I think I just aged 15 years in the last 5 minutes. Let's do some music recs. You guys got some music recs out there? We got a couple. I wanted to do this last week, and I missed. So we've got UB40. I haven't heard UB40 in a long time, and every time UB40 is kind of the British reggae ska band. I think they're British, aren't they? Not? Are they not? And then that always makes me think of just regular reggae and Bob Marley and all that stuff that I got to listen to earlier this year when that movie came out. It was so good. One Love. Did you guys get to see that movie, One Love? I think it's on streaming now. I think it might be streaming on Paramount or something. Check that out. That was a really good movie. Really well done rock movie. Good story. Great acting. Nice stuff. I thought it was it was satisfying. It wasn't like it's not a film that will like make you think, oh, this is an Oscar or whatever movie. It's a really good feel-good movie with a great story and a little emotional too. I really dug it. I thought it was very well done. It was a movie that I saw the trailer and I went, I don't know. And then I saw the movie and I was like, you know what? This was wonderful. They really pulled it off. It's very nice. Very good. Neil recommends the American Beauty soundtrack. He thinks that's fantastic. That is a good one. I can't remember what's on that. I'm going to look it up. Let's go to Amazon. American Beauty soundtrack. Thomas Newman, Free, All Right Now. Oh yeah, The Seeker. That was great. I remember all these. Oh, I can even remember the scenes. It's funny when you look at a soundtrack and then like you hear and then you start visualizing the scenes that it was in. And I remember the Seeker scene. I remember that when he's driving around, or the wife is driving around. I just remember the car scene. They were driving that with that on. All Right Now, totally. Remember that. Free. Bill Withers, Use Me. Oh, that's a great song. You're right. Man, this is a great soundtrack. That's one to check out later, guys. Put that in your notes. That's a great one. American Beauty soundtrack. That's awesome. Maybe soundtracks is our topic for today. He got one. Motion picture soundtrack, Black Rain. That's the Michael Douglas film, 1989. Audio quality is first rate as well. Highly recommended. Very cool. I'm trying to think of my favorite soundtracks. Certainly FM. FM is amazing. There were those early 80s films. I think of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which had a really good soundtrack as well. Like it's all that 70s, great 70s rock. But FM was outstanding. And the copyright laws changed right after that film came out. And it became much more expensive to license that type of pop music and get it all on an album. And after that, many productions were held up for video because they had to re-clear the music for video. I'm thinking of, remember that great late 90s series? It was called Freaks and Geeks, and in it was like Seth Rogen and Busy Phillips and Linda Cardellini and Joe Flaherty was in it. It was a phenomenal story of like the early coming of age in the early 80s, and it was set and it aired in the late 90s. It was one of the best series ever, and it didn't come out on DVD for a good 10 or 15 years because Judd Apatow, who went on to be Judd Apatow in the movies, that was his first real project. It was a TV series. It aired on NBC. It only lasted one season, and they canceled it, and then they were going to try and bring it back, but then all the actors had been signed to other things, and they could never put it together again. That they couldn't release that DVD series because Judd didn't want to release the series without the original music in it. And to relicense that music, it took them forever to get all the songs cleared. And once they did, they put the DVD box set out of that. You could buy the season of Freaks and Geeks, which was so good. I remember I knew everybody in that. You know, like from my youth, you can equate certain characters with people from your life. I just remember that. That was outstanding. And FM is a little bit of. Remember the comedy Used Cars with, I think it was Jeff Bridges was in that, and he was. I'm trying to remember, but he was a used car salesman, and he was trying to like beat the rival used car. It was really cheesy. FM is kind of the radio version of Used Cars. It wasn't the greatest film ever, but it was really, it was really good. It really had great music, and WKRP sort of came out of that, I think. As I recall. But anyway, I may have talked about this on the show like about a year ago or something. We've been doing this for so long, boys. But that album it's a double album, and it's got Joe Walsh on it. And let me look up I don't even know if you can find it anywhere. I have a vinyl copy of that soundtrack, though. Yeah, here we go. So the Eagles are on it. Tom Petty's on it. Steve Miller, Linda Ronstadt, Randy Meisner. So these are all Eagles kind of based people. Billy Joel, Foreigner, Boston, Jimmy Buffett, Steely Dan. Of course, they did the title track. James Taylor, Joe Walsh. Unbelievable soundtracks. Bob Seger's on it. Night Moves is on that thing. Boz Scaggs. Oh, it's so good. Doobie Brothers. It's such a great. It's one of the all-time great soundtracks. And then the other one that I would recommend is Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal had a great soundtrack. And that was Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult, Cheap Trick, Devo, Donald Fagen, Don Felder, Grand Funk Railroad, Sammy Hagar. Of course, he did the title track. And it just phenomenal. Journey, Nazareth, Stevie Nicks. I mean, what a soundtrack that was. So I'd recommend those two. FM and Heavy Metal were just killing it. And then I would also recommend the soundtrack for Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And I'm going to read you off that. Who's on that? That was, again, Joe Walsh. I know because I remember Waffle Stomp was the big hit off that. And Jackson Browne, Go-Go's, Jimmy Buffett. Zeppelin was in the movie, but they weren't on the soundtrack. They couldn't get the license. Oingo Boingo, Graham Nash, Poco, Ravens, Billy Squier, Donna Summer. I mean, this is phenomenal. And it's just another one, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And then I remember another one that I really loved was Animal House. It was a little more 50s, early 60s oriented in sound, but it had that, of course, it had that iconic version of Shout by Otis Day and the Knights. That's another one that I could always listen to that. It had a lot of Sam Cooke on it, and God, I love Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke is one of my favorite artists. I think he's one of the greatest singers of all time. Phenomenal. So we got a few more. Mantovani, Elevator Music Selection, Chinatown Soundtrack, Black Rain, we'll listen tonight. That's another one. Used Cars, yeah, I know. I don't remember what the soundtrack for, if Used Cars had a soundtrack or not. I don't remember the music being great from that, but of course my keyboard probably just died when I dunked on it. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Used Cars. I want to see if that had a good soundtrack or not. I can't remember. Oh, this does not look good. This doesn't look promising, boys. I'm like looking at the front cover. Yeah, I don't think this has a good soundtrack. Yeah, there's nothing here. Nothing here at all. Nothing to see here. Okay, never mind. Used Car soundtrack horrible. But don't do that. Hans Zimmer's soundtrack of any of his stuff is phenomenal. All those great Pirates of the Caribbean movies were phenomenal. Great, but they're cinematic soundtracks. They're not like popular music. So that's another one. Blues Brothers motion picture movie, one of the great soundtracks of all time. Of course, Saturday Night Fever was one of the greatest selling soundtracks of all time. Going through soundtracks. You guys got some more to lay on me? Rush, if you like sound. I don't remember the soundtrack for that, but yeah, it was a good one. Who doesn't love some great Clapton? Just trying to think of other films that had really great, diverse soundtracks where you get a bunch of great music for nothing, for one record. One of the things that they used to do, though, on some of the soundtracks was they would take the single version because they could squeeze more stuff on. K-Tel used to do that. Remember those great K-Tel records you used to be able to buy where it would put, and it evolved into Now, I think it was called. Now That's Great Music or something like that. It was the collections from the 90s. But K-Tel was the predecessor. It was the first one. And you used to be able to go out and buy K-Tel records, and you could get you'd get like an album with like all these great singles on it. The problem was they would edit the songs down. So you'd get you'd be like, Stairway to Heaven, and it's like a 2-minute and 20-second version of it. So they just cut the crap out of the song. But they were fun because you got to hear all these different bands in one listening, but they were not the version, they were not the radio mixes or the album mixes for sure. They were so far. Beverly Hills Cop, Nephilim, good one. Falcon and the Snowman. Oh, that is an awesome soundtrack. Didn't David Bowie do something for that? I'm thinking of Cat People. Remember Cat People and Putting Out Fire with Gasoline? That was phenomenal. What was on that Falcon and the Snowman? Wasn't that This Is Not America on that one? Yeah, This Is Not America. That was the big song off that. Dalton Lee, Capture. There's some great stuff on that soundtrack. Yeah, I remember that. That's a good one. Gil Renard, nice one. Nice one. Yeah, Pat Metheny, that's right. Oh, so good. Good call, man. You guys are pulling up some great stuff. And then, of course, the Beverly Hills Cop, you had Neutron Dance, you had Pointer Sisters, you had the Axel F theme. I forgot who did that. It wasn't Herbie Hancock. Beverly Hills Cop. I'm gonna cheat. I'm going to Amazon again. My keyboard is really messy. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Pointer Sisters, Shalimar, that's right. The System, Danny Elfman, Glenn Frey. The Heat Is On, of course. Neutron Dance, so good. These are great. And who did Axel F? Who did the song Axel F? I can't remember. Patti LaBelle's on that. Great stuff. Somebody help me out. Who did Axel F? Who? Harold Faltermeyer. Thank you. So good. That's what I think. Got Thor right outside my door screaming. That's the cat, if you're wondering. Very good. Yes, Harold Faltermeyer. That's what I'm trying to. I was trying to remember. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. That was like really cool music. It was a really one of those cool things. The Harder They Come, Jimmy Cliff. That's an awesome recommendation. I have that one. That's another good one. John Sweeten. Very cool, man. Boy, there's some great stuff. Thor, I'm right here, buddy. It's okay. Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor did the tattoo soundtrack. Very cool. Man, you guys came up with some good stuff today. This is a great exercise. We got a lot of stuff we could listen to tonight. And a lot of this stuff is like stuff that I just thought up off the top of my head, and I'm like, now I want to go back and listen to it, you know? Miss Sarajevo, I want to hear that soundtrack. But for great music, for pop music and all that, there's some good stuff. This is from work. Hang on. So there you go. Some great soundtrack stuff, man. Guys, we got to go listen to some stuff. Dead President's soundtrack, very soulful. Big Chill. How could we leave out the Big Chill? That's one of the most iconic soundtracks. Oh man, what was on that one again? I mean, it was all Motown. Big Lebowski had a good soundtrack too, but Big Chill. Oh, let's go through this one. Heard It Through the Grapevine, My Girl, Love, Good Lovin', Tracks of My Tears, Joy to the World. This is awesome. You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, Aretha, Ain't Too Proud to Beg, I Second That Emotion, Whiter Shade of Pale, Procol Harum, what a song. Guys, this was a good one. Breakfast Club too, yeah, with with Simple Minds, fantastic. Might as well mention Amadeus, of course. Oh, yeah. Breakfast Club was an excellent one. Dudes, we got some great content out of today. Yeah, what else was in the Breakfast Club? I'll look it up. If my keyboard will let me. Guys, I really host stuff over here. I'm just going to look that up real quick so we can check it out. That was Don't You Forget About Me, Simple Minds, of course. Waiting, Fire in the Twilight. Wang Chung is on that. I'm the Dude. That's Dream Mortgage. We Are Not Alone. We Are Not Alone, I remember that. Didn't I Tell You? Love Theme. Very cool. That's a good one, though. I mean, that Simple Minds really defined a generation almost, you know? That whole... That Don't You Forget About Me. That was amazing. I mean, it's what an iconic, you know, that scene, the whole thing. It just brings you right back in time. St. Elmo's Fire. You know, think about all of those 80s John Hughes films. John Hughes was incredible. John Hughes was amazing. He was a great one. All right, guys, I'm going to start wrapping things up. I got Mrs. Director upstairs. I got to go change my pants and, you know, little things like that. Dry off the floor. Oh, man. It's been a day, but hope you enjoyed. We had 4 viewer systems today. We got to check out the new Talking Heads album, the new release of the Talking Heads album, the full thing. When I get a chance to listen to this, I will let you know if they used the mixes from the studio with the overdubs or if they took it from the soundtrack. That's the one thing that I really want from the soundtrack, is that it's the mix off the movie, not the one that they released for public consumption as a regular studio release. Because I felt like they just took the life out of that thing. So disappointed. But yeah, so there you go, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for bringing in your viewer systems. Again, if you've got viewer systems, send them my way. Where's my switcher go so I can do the thing, the special effect I do every week? There it is, directorsgarage@gmail.com. We'll, at least you know I'm wearing pants. There we go. Yeah, so send in your systems here, Neil. I'll look for your headphones, and I probably just got mixed in another email or something, or it got added on or something. I just missed a couple of them, but we'll get those for next week. Thank you, guys. Tip your waiters and waitresses. Make sure you recycle those bottles and cans on your way out the door. The bar is closed. You gotta go. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. That was from a movie. I don't remember which one. So fun, guys. But yeah, new episode coming next week. The most expensive item I've ever had on the show. It's going to be phenomenal. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. So I'll see you guys all before you know it. Cheers. Have a good rest of your week, guys. I'm out of here.
Let's hang out and get wasted at the director's garage.